Homie Show. Hello.
They look like a flying couch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Joel Homie Show. Today I'm reviewing a LEGO Brickhead set 40274. This is a Mr. and Mrs. Claus, which Mr. Claus is more commonly known as Santa. This set includes 341 pieces. This is not a review and speed build video, so I won't be showing the box, but I will be reviewing the two Brickheads that we get. As I said, it is Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Of course, this is Mr. and this is Mrs. Claus, which you could call this Santa, and this is Mrs. Claus. Which we don't actually have a name on here for Mrs. Claus, as I don't think anybody has a name for her. But anyway, let's go ahead and start the review, starting with Santa. So Santa has some pretty bright colors with the tree, and also some presents off to his right, with the tree being off to his left. And then we also have the seasonal calendar with the Brickhead logo there. And then as for Santa, I'm going to take him off his little stand real quick. And before we take a look at Santa, let's go ahead and take a really quick look at his stand. So he just connects to these two little studs on this 1x4 with the two studs on either side. And other than that, the stand is basically normal with these two little side plates added onto the base, which usually you just have your base, but since this is like a seasonal special one, you have all the other stuff on it. But as for Santa, you have his white puffy beard here, and also some skin showing through, being this tan color. Using another one of those two stud 1x4s with the eyes sitting there. We've got his golden belt with the black running all the way around, and then the gray for his shoes down there with just some 1x2s. His hands are very, very small compared to the rest of his body. His hat is hanging over with this 1x2 with the little white puff on the end. And then his other hand is holding his bag of presents, which is also very, very small, and it doesn't even look like it can hold what's sitting there. But other than that, Santa is pretty normal. You got all of his white hair all the way around, and his beard coming down there, leading down into the rest of the detailing. So there is Santa. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at Mrs. Claus. So Mrs. Claus does not have all the white hair that Santa does. She just has a whole bunch of gray hair. And in her, her right hand, she's holding some cookies. So we've got some ice cream toppings here, it looks like, to represent cookies. And then also some actual 1x1 circular pieces, which up for her hair, we're using a bit of a new piece. This is the 1x1 quarter circular piece, which I actually like because it's allowed me to do some stuff with some of my customs. And once again, using the two stud 1x4 here for her eyes. And then we've got the seasonal calendar, as well as the Brickhead logo, and then also a wreath, I think that's what that's called, and also a sort of candy cane. I think that's supposed to be the North Pole sign. And a little plant here, which I don't think that's supposed to represent anything. It's just there for decoration. And on top of Mrs. Claus, we've got a little green flower. And then, as well as a whole bunch of little dress detailing, with 4 little flowers on the front. I think this is a newer piece, the little flower with the, I believe it's 8 little nubs sticking out. Before, it was only like 4 or something. But we have a whole bunch of that new-ish mold all around, which there's some here, and there's 2 over here, and it's a pretty cool piece. But on the back, we've got a lot of red, which is cool for me because my favorite color is red, as you can probably see by my personal stand over here, which is not included with the set, in case you were wondering. But other than that, here's the back of Mrs. Claus, nothing too special. Of course, she's got her tiny little itty-bitty hands with the one holding the cookie stand. But anyway, that is the Joel Homie Show review of Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Mr. Claus being more commonly known as Santa. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure that you subscribe, watch my most recent video, like this video, and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future uploads, like my Steamboat Willie review, which is coming out pretty soon.